and welcome to our first edition of Ben and Kelly Don't Go to the Movies. I'm not Ben.
I'm not Kelly.
We're looking at movie trailers with you and giving you our opinions because, well, we all know how you value the opinion of a cartoon character on TV, right?
Yes.
So first up this week in theaters is Gretel and Hansel.
Oh, yeah. And for the record, I don't know how many times you can retell this story. I didn't think it had a lot there to begin with.
Right, it is just a children's fairy tale after all.
But I could be surprised. So we'll give it an open and honest, judgment-free space and play this thing.
What's going on?
A fairy tale has a way of getting into your head, even before you hear it. Somehow you just know it. And it always went like this. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm called Gretel, and this rough one here is my brother Hansel.
Ouch! Tell me how you came to be in my woods.
There's too much, and it isn't right.
You're scared.
There's something wrong here.
Careful, dear. I'd hate for you to start something you can't stop.
Okay, so one, I don't even want to see that trailer again.
That's long enough. This is a long 60 seconds.
That's all I need to see of this movie to say, I think I'm going to pass.
I really think that the whole idea of this show is, can we just see movies in 60 seconds, get the gist, walk away, and be the same human beings as if we had sat there for 60 seconds? Minus the extra popcorn, maybe some...
Your feet stuck to the floor or something?
That stuff. Yeah. I'm going to say I'm changed forever already.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm glad that they close with a woman pulling hair out of her mouth.
Yeah, that's...
I don't feel good about the hair I find in my burger. When you pull out a whole
pigtail out of your mouth.
And honestly, that pigtail was not cared for. That had not been brushed in a while. And
well, it's very thin, too. I don't know if the little girl was on chemo or what. But
are there spoiler alerts in trailers? Is that fair?
Trailers are fine because they're promotional, so you can spoil whatever you see in the trailer.
Well, just to be safe, spoiler alert, this closes with a woman pulling a ponytail out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And that
I think that pretty much sums up the movie.
A whole 2 hours of her pulling this ponytail out of her face, and I'm just going to be like, maybe it comes out of her nose.
Well, also in theaters this weekend is The Rhythm Section. And this is an adaptation of the best-selling book. It's the first book from Stephen Patrick Thrillers series. I guess that's a big series.
Could be. I'm going to go ahead and say that I think it's... I just think that the term best-selling has really just died off in my mind. Because at some point, there's a whole lot of best-selling novels out there.
Well, there's always quantified. The best-selling novel in Peoria,
Well, I don't think they did that here. They just said the best-selling novel. I'm like, yeah, and it's probably the best slice of pizza in New York,
That's
too,
true.
while we're at it. All right, let's watch this thing.
I lost my family 3 years ago.
It wasn't an accident. There was a bomb on that plane.
I need your help to find the ones who did this. I've got nothing to lose.
What about your life?
What about it?
I'm going to say this once. Even if you succeed, it won't be worth it.
make it free. He's walking the streets.
You promised me you won't do nothing silly. Why are you here?
To offer you closure.
And how would you do that?
Violently.
You're much more human than I thought you'd be.
And it's a good disguise.
You don't have a clue about the scale of the mess you've caused.
Well, that was intense.
That was very intense. Kind of had a La Femme Nikita / Alias vibe.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
I kind of think I would really enjoy the book.
Not the movie?
Well, actually, I think that strong female characters out for vengeance is a very undersold market. Like, there's just not enough of this out there, so it's always fun to see people's take on it.
Right. Blake Lively's a good actress. I like her, and it's got Jude Law. So
I feel like it'll be good. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd want this as a series, though, so this is the origin story of, I don't know, seamstress.
Well, if this is the first book in a series, then it probably is going to be a series.
But as far as I'm a seamstress turns mega killer, it's like, well, okay, that's pretty cool. But I definitely want to see the part where she does the more, we'll see, where she kind of owns who she is, and then that becomes the primary beginning to end.
And to see where it grows to, because some of these just kind of get to a point and then they just kind of go flat from there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm interested in this one. Next up, it's a streaming classic, and it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on Netflix. This is, of course, the 1968 musical adventure fantasy film. It's directed by Kevin Hughes, and it's written by Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And it's based on Ian Fleming's 1964 novel, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Magical Car, and it stars Dick Van Dyke. And it's produced by Albert R. Broccoli. So the name of Ian Fleming and Albert R. Broccoli are important. Do you know why? Because that is the team that brought you James Bond.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? Do you think like James Bond in a flying car?
The special effects make a whole lot of sense. Actually, I kind of want to watch some side-by-sides. I bet you could find similar stunts as far as like car blue screens and things going on.
That's true. Well, this was back in the 60s too, so the technology wasn't quite what we have today.
That's true. Man, I kind of want to watch the full film and see if there's anything offensive in it.
Keep clear!
This is Caractacus Potts, inventor extraordinaire. Caractacus had a dream. He believed man could fly. At first, it was hard getting his dream off the ground. But Caractacus had faith. And a beautiful sweetheart. 2 charming kids.
Truly scrumptious, you're truly, truly scrumptious. Scrumptious as a cherry peach parfait.
And an adventurous grandfather.
Forward out, starboard out, push with a capital P-O-S-H, push.
Then Caractacus invented a fantastic magical car. It floats, it flies, and it carries adventure wherever it goes.
Chitty, 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 bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang, we love you. And chitty, oh, chitty, 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 bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang, loves us too.
It took them to castles and palaces and to far-off lands known only in lullabies.
Watch your boat from Hushby Mountain sail far away from home.
also took them into the clutches of the nasty Baron Bombburst, who ruled over the evil kingdom of Bulgaria, where children were imprisoned and happiness was a crime. And the only thing that could save them was laughter and music.
Sweet, sweet, a bonbon to blow on at last has been found.
Never before has there been such a gallery of marvelous characters. Dick Van Dyke as Caractacus Potts. Sally Ann Howes as Truly Scrumptious. Lionel Jeffries as Grandpa Potts. Gert Frobe as the nasty Baron Bombburst. Anna Quayle. James Robertson Justice. Benny Hill. Robert Helpman. And Heather Ripley and Adrian Hall as the children.
Hey, that's what we do for the old bamboo. Exactly what go down. And 1, 2, the old bamboo, you better never bother with the old bamboo.
Never before has there ever been such a magical musical entertainment as Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Hi, Chitty, no Chitty, anywhere we go.
Continuous performances at popular prices. Direct from its reserved seat presentation.
Bang, 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 Chitty, Chitty, bang, bang.
So you could definitely see some James Bond elements in that.
Yeah, there's the flying, there's the lovely...
The car, well, it morphed from a boat to a plane to who knows what.
Yeah, the villain basically could be a Bond villain.
I would say it's kind of a steampunk James Bond.
Maybe, but I mean... Captain Pirate Bonbon. I mean, that basically fits in. I think.
Well, in the Truly Scrumptious character, that certainly sounds like a Bond girl.
Yeah, that I somehow missed that as a child. As like your significant other's name is what?
Hello, Miss Scrumptious. Really?
I mean, that's not a terrible thing. Maybe not at a dinner party. I don't know. They made a whole song about it, so.
That's true. The kids sang. Speaking of which, if the songs, kind of sound like a familiar type, they were written by the Sherman Brothers, who did a lot of the Disney songs.
That made sense. Although I think Scrumptious goes a little far. If your name is Scrumptious, you've heard that your whole life. You're now a middle-aged woman, and 2 kids made a song about it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, not the best move.
Well,
I mean, like, if your name is Benny, and then someone, like, goes, like, oh, Benny and the Jets, and they start singing that, like, I have heard that before. I've definitely heard that before. If your name is Jenny, and people start singing phone numbers at you, it's happened before.
It's happened before. I guess the saving grace is there's not too many people named Truly Scrumptious.
Yeah, but in her case, well, life sucks. Because there wasn't a song, and now there is.
Okay. So there you go. Thank you for joining us for our inaugural episode. Tune in next week, and we'll have some more fun and trailer watching for you.
Been the guy, Maui, go movies. Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm on to. I like it. We're all fun. Yeah, I'm your home. La la la. I'm not going movies. I want to stay home. Ben, can we stay home? Yeah, you do. I know you did the